Cuba's healthcare system rivals those of much more advanced societies such as the United States and other countries in Europe, at least on paper. The infant mortality rate is lower than the United States, and vaccination rates are among the highest on the globe. Healthcare is free for all Cuban citizens, paid for by the communist government. The government spends $431 per person per year. Healthcare is preventative rather than curative, unlike the United States medical system. A pharmaceutical industry has developed, and Cubans are working to become competitive in biotechnology. This growing industry would benefit hugely with foreign investment. These industries have still been able to develop despite the crushing embargoes placed by the US government. As Professor Raul Rodriguez said, the problem with the healthcare system is economic. The doctors in Cuba are very well trained, however lack modern technology. The hospitals don't have the latest machines and newest infrastructure, but the doctors are, as our guide Lilian said, inventive, and they will find other ways to diagnose the problem without the help of modern medical devices. The Cuban system looks good on paper, but when put into practice, results may not be at the same standard as Western medicine. When my grandmother visited Cuba in 2012, she fell and broke her hip. This was the description of the hospital as given by her travel mate. She was transferred to the women's ward, which had 5 beds with only 2 unwashed blankets, and had a shared bathroom with the men's ward. The bath had no shower, no soap, and only a trickle of water in the basin, and then only if you reached underneath the sink and turned the right knob. Elizabeth was not attended to or given an IV until mid-morning, no food until mid-afternoon, and then it was served on unclean dishes. The fear of infection in the hospital after surgery convinced my grandmother and her travel companion that she needed to get back to the US. She was airlifted out of Cuba to a hospital in Florida where she underwent surgery and recovery. So what is the reality of the Cuban healthcare system? Is it one of free, good healthcare, or just hollow promises made by a resource-poor country? While the numbers do look good, the argument can be made that the healthcare system is not equipped to handle serious issues like a broken hip or other more grave illnesses.